Hello everyone, myself Jyoti Devre. Today I am going to cover the Unit 1 Part 2 topics. In Unit 1 topics Part 2 are error in measurement, types of error, standards of measurement, calibration, that is need and meaning of calibration. So as we studied that what is error in last lecture, error is nothing but the deviation of the true value from the desired value. So now we'll see errors in measurement. How errors took place in measurement. Measurement is the process of comparing an unknown quantity with an accepted standard quantity. So we have to compare unknown quantity with an standard quantity. The measurement obtained is a quantitative measure called true value. We can say expected value also. Any measurement is affected by many variables, so results rarely reflect the expected value. So sometimes measurements, while taking measurements, some variables are affected, so in results we are not getting a exact value. For example, connecting a measuring instrument into the circuit under consideration disturbs or changes the circuit, causing the measurement to differ from the expected value. When we connect an instrument into the circuit, sometimes expected value is not coming, so it is differing from the true value. The degree to which a measurement nears the expected value is expressed in terms of the errors of measurement. In gross error, these errors are mainly human mistakes in reading instruments and recording and calculating measurement results. The gross error is nothing but the human mistakes which took place while recording or calculating measurements. The basic gross errors that occur frequently is the improper use of an instrument. So it is the improper use of instrument. It can be minimized by taking proper care in reading and recording the measurement. So if we are not properly using the instrument, so from that case we will get gross errors. Next is systematic error. These types of error are divided into three categories. First is instrumental error, second environmental error, and third is observational error. So these types of errors we will see one by one. Instrumental errors. Instrumental error is due to inherent shortcomings in the instrument. Second is environmental error. In environmental error, errors are due to conditions external to the measuring device, including conditions in the area surrounding the instrument. Third one is observational error. It is due to wrong method followed by the operator to read analog meter used by the operator. The most common error is the parallax error introduced in reading a meter scale. Now we will see third one, that is random error. These errors are due to unknown causes which are not determinable. These are errors that remain after gross and systematic errors have been reduced. Such errors are normally small and follows laws of probability. Random errors can be treated mathematically. So next we will see sources of error. First is insufficient knowledge of process parameter. Second, poor design. Third, poor maintenance. Fourth is errors caused by person operating the instrument. So these are the sources of error which suddenly causes or due to these four parameters. Now we will see the need for calibration as well as what is calibration. Calibration is defined as comparison of measured value with the standard value. So why calibration is required? The accuracy of all measuring devices degrade over time. So accuracy of all the devices degrade after some time. So we have to do the calibration. This is typically caused by normal wear and tear. However, changes in accuracy can also be caused by electric or mechanical shock or hazardous manufacturing environment. For example, oils, metal, chips. So we have to do calibration because sometimes due to use of that devices for longer time, their accuracy reduces, and also due to electrical mechanical shock the accuracy reduces. So we have to do the calibration from time to time. Next point, depending on the type of instrument and the environment in which it is being used, it may degrade very quickly or over long period of time. Means some instruments affect due to environment. So we have to do calibration for quickly or over a long period of time. The bottom line is state that calibration improves the accuracy of the measuring device. Accurate measuring device improve quality product. So if we do calibration in time to time, our accuracy will maintain properly and it will improve the measuring device as well as the product quality. A measuring device should be calibrated according to recommendation of the manufacturer after any mechanical or electrical shock periodically, annually, quarterly, monthly. We should do the calibration. Now next topic is standard. What is standard? A known accurate measure of physical quantity is termed as standard. A standard is physical representation of a unit of measurement. These standards are used to determine the values of other physical quantities by the comparison method. For example, the unit of length in the international system, that is SI, is the meter. Now we will see the different types of standards. First, international standard, second, primary standard, third, secondary standard, and fourth is working standards. So first we will see international standards. International standards are defined by international agreement. They are periodically evaluated and checked by absolute measurements in terms of fundamental units of physics. They represent certain units of measurement to the closest possible accuracy by the science and technology of measurement. Second is primary standard. The principal function of primary standards is the calibration and verification of secondary standards. Primary standards are maintained at the national standards laboratories in different countries. Now next is secondary standards. Secondary standards are basic reference standards used by measurement and calibration laboratories in industries. Each laboratory periodically sends its secondary standard to the National Standards Laboratory for calibration and comparison against the primary standard. Next is working standard. Working standards are the principal tools of a measurement laboratory. These standards are used to check and calibrate laboratory instruments for accuracy and performance. For example, manufacturers of electronic components such as capacitor, resistor, etc. use a standard called a working standard for checking the component values being manufactured. For example, a standard resistor for checking of resistance value manufactured. So this is the brief introduction of the different types of standard. These are the assignment questions. First, state the static and dynamic characteristics of instrument in detail. Second, what is error? State the types of error and explain it. Third, what is calibration and why it is needed? Fourth, explain the different types of standard. Fifth, define absolute and secondary instrument as well as measurement. So these questions you have to complete in the notebook. So in this lecture we have completed the remaining topics of chapter number 1. So in next lecture we will going to start the unit number 2 part 1. Thank you.